What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to I Have a Crush at Work, Kono Kaisha. So many titles I forgot, apologies. Looking forward to see what we got today. Last week's episode was really good, focusing on, I forget the name, so apologies about this, but focusing on our main female lead and her business, getting a good opportunity, and kind of getting the best of kind of both worlds, kind of working on her own thing as well as getting some tips and such from what was a rather nice kind of businessman that we did meet last episode. I thought it was quite cool. So looking forward to seeing where that does go. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Why are the names eluding me? I don't know. Again, was not really any romance last week, and it was still a really solid episode. Big dog. What's big dog then? But as I said, even though there was no romance pretty much at all last week, it was probably one of my favorite episodes. Honestly, I think it added quite a bit to her character. I think the show's been pretty good at that so far. Honestly, giving us a lot of moments with our main cast, which some romance shows very I mean, you'd hope the main characters would be the main focus, but a lot of the time I see a lot of these stories end up kind of just introducing a bunch of side characters and then focusing on them a bit too much. I think Horimiya was quite guilty of that, which is quite ironic because Fruits Baskets is probably one of my favourite ever romance anime, and that obviously has quite a heavy focus on side characters. But I feel like they really get it right there, and there's still a big focus on the main cast. Whereas again, Haremia, for example, kind of felt like they focused a lot on the side characters, but it didn't really go too far. I was gonna say, what would you guys do in a situation like this? Where you've got an hour to kill before meeting someone. I would just go get some food. Go get some food, play some games on my phone or something. I've never been hiking myself. I've always been quite scared to go. Well, not hiking per se. Hiking in America sounds horrifying, by the way. They've got like mountain lions and all kinds of shit that could like actually kill you if you go for a hike. Whereas in the UK, you're really not too threatened by anything in nature. But I'm terrified of the aspect of getting lost. I suppose hiking not too much, but like mountain climbing, especially, I don't think I'll ever do just because it's quite terrifying. I think there's like mountains. I think I read about it relatively recently. There's frozen poos. I read about people that would poo and their poo just like it's still there after so many years because it just got like frozen. So yeah, sort of pooey up there, but also a bunch of people just like dead on the side of the walkway. It's like, damn, do not want to die alone in a mountain starving to death. No fucking chance. Just like me. Relatable, bro. I think it's always seen. I especially did see it as, especially when you're like teenagers. It's a negative thing when your friend like ditches you for his girlfriend or something, or like doesn't come out on a night out because his girlfriend doesn't want to or something like that. And it's like ugh. As you get older and as you understand things, it's like yeah, why would I why would I not go like see my wife or my girlfriend? Much more understanding of that kind of stuff. Half anniversary. Oh shit! But that's the seal right there. Definitely taking some inspiration. College reunion. Man, I hate googling stuff like that. So useless. I always like try and look stuff up. That's what the fuck did I just say? Try to look stuff up for like presents for people, and I never had a good answer. Never. Probably especially now with fucking Google and stuff using AI. It's yeah, ugh. Search results recently in general have been pretty terrible. I think jewelry is always a safe bet, but yeah, to be fair, he makes a good point there. She doesn't usually wear much any. Yeah, I think jewelry is usually a safe bet. Something like sentimental, like an experience, is the answer you get on Google all the time. So buy something with an experience, like spa tickets or something. They did recently just go to like the spa, didn't they? To be fair. Yeah, sweets could be a good chocolate and stuff could be a good one for her. It's a good lie. It's a good lie to do. You wouldn't want it to be anything a bit more serious, but who knows? It could spiral out of control. I think that's very much the case when you're a kid, isn't it? You figure out you can lie to people. It's kind of like that movie, like The Invention of Lying. You can figure out you can lie to people. Oh, they just believed what I said, even though it wasn't true. I'm going to use this more often. And as a kid, obviously, yeah, doing that a lot. So it's not too embarrassing when you're talking with a woman about this stuff. I feel like it does feel pretty embarrassing when you're talking to the guys about stuff like this. Although, again, he hardly ever gets to because it's a secret, of course, so probably is embarrassed no matter who he's talking to about it. You know, I think the idea of those like necklaces and stuff, which are like halves, and when you put them together, they're like a whole. I think the idea of them is pretty cool. I don't think they ever really pull it off too well. There probably are some out there that do look really good separately, but separately they just, yeah. I like the idea of stuff like that though. Oh shit. Is he cheating on you? Is he going to meet with a woman other than you? Is that why he's lying? Like I said, sometimes this such a simple, good lie can even be twisted into something like that. He's not even asleep. I thought he was like dreaming. He was in bed. He's just doing that. I also do feel as a guy, it always does feel like a proper operation sorting out something like this. It's almost like a stealth mission, but in love. What it feels like a lot of the time. I think it's because women are pretty perceptive to this kind of stuff. So inquisitive. Well, at least that's been my experience. I'm a kind of person that I like to, if I am doing something like this, I do like to try and keep it as secret as possible and make it like as big a surprise as possible. Sneaking out at night as well. Texting another woman. Did he measure her finger? He measured her finger while she was sleeping. I do feel like it is a little bit unfair, just because again, you kind of know that if they do catch on, they probably aren't thinking good things. Like you like because you're so caught up in the surprise and the planning, you don't even think about how they're feeling, knowing something's up. Oh no, it's Dorsia all over again. Get a new business card, bro. If any of you guys on that point, if any of you guys have watched American Psycho 2, I doubt it. And keep it that way. Do keep it that way. Not even a sequel is the thing. It's almost like a terrible reimagining. Like loose, so as loose as you can be. Loose, terrible reimagining. It's pretty. It's got a bit of a factor of it's so bad. It's kind of it's so bad it's good in some parts though. In a cringe kind of way. I think if it came out nowadays, people would definitely call it woke. So lucky it did. Got Mila Kunis in it. Mila Kunis. Me. Mina Kunis. Keela Moonis. What's her name again? I forget. What the fuck is wrong with me? Well, sorry guys, this is totally separate to this episode, but Mila Kunis. That is her name, right? Sorry, just it doesn't feel right. I haven't said that name in ages. It is, yeah, that is her name. I don't know why that sounded so strange to me. Apologies about that. Again, going totally off topic, but that really kind of messed up in my head for a minute though. But that name doesn't sound real at all. Oh shit. You've been shadowed. Koso koso otoko. And now you got to deal with this. As I said, I would not like this. I'd be really annoyed. That's the thing, you don't want to. You want to make the moment like perfect. And this just really fucks with everything. Again, I don't blame her whatsoever. So I'd do the same if I was in her position. I would have maybe waited a bit longer. Making a ruckus. Ah, he's done it. It's not even an anniversary. Like, it's not. I mean, I do find it quite funny if people do celebrate. Like, I mean, celebrate anniversaries and like you should celebrate your relationship. So don't get me wrong, but when people do stuff like that, it's like, it's like you see even worse ones like 3 months or like 1 month, and yeah, just like stupid anniversaries. You can appreciate the sentiment, but yeah, sometimes people go a bit far with this kind of stuff. But like 6 months is a little like you're pushing it a little bit. It's like just wait a year, bro. 6 months. Again, you're free to do whatever you want, but I think my grandparents married for like 60s, like 60 odd years, 60 and a bit years. I was a kid when they had their, I think it was like a golden anniversary, I think it's called, when they're like 50 years together. My grandparents were together a long time. Me personally, I've never really had a long relationship over a year. Never. Which I think might be a bit of a red flag for people. Understandably so. Maybe it's because I didn't have a 6-month anniversary. I should put that on the wedding finger as well. He measured you. Honestly, with my horror brain, I'm thinking of things like I forget what it's called, Fresh, I think it's called, with Sebastian Stan. I'm thinking of things like, oh, he's measuring me to sell my body parts. That's just my horror brain working right there. That's what I'd make me thinking, like, oh shit, she's measuring me? What's she gonna do to me? She didn't find out about the measuring, of course, but if she did, then yeah, I'd be quite scared. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't even a thing for her to think about. Again, understandably so. It always feels a little bit embarrassing as well when something like this does come up. It's like, oh shit, I wasn't even like thinking about that. And they've put so much effort and thought into it. It's almost a little bit embarrassing receiving a gift like that, isn't it? You almost don't want to accept it because you ain't reciprocating. Nah. I think it's pretty obvious when people are in a relationship, isn't it? They do act differently and so on. Especially if you knew them before they had a relationship. But that's pretty easy to tell. Probably more so with women. So his is behind his tie. Yeah. Well, one of them had to hide it. Matching rings like that. Pretty smooth as well. Pretty smooth just behind the tie like that. But yeah, good episode. Good episode. Again, I think this show definitely. I mean, it started out good. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely been getting better as it's been going along as well. In my opinion, I think the last maybe 3 or 4 episodes have been the best. I do want to see a bit more of those two. We got little bits of them in the past few episodes. I do want to see where that goes. Trying to spot if we see him wearing it. Yeah, we do. We see her wearing her ring in this shot here. I wonder if she had that on before. Probably. I never really looked, of course. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. As I said, another really good episode. Like I said a minute ago, like it's just been this series has been getting kind of stronger and stronger as it's been going along. I did think it would be pretty cliche, and it is to some extent, but I think it does pull off I think stories like that. But if it's simple, if they do it well, it can still be like really powerful. I think there's been plenty of examples in like cinema or stuff like that, just like a really simple, maybe important message, but like just doing it in a certain way can really amplify it quite a lot. I think what's his name? Like you get like the David Lynch's and such of the world, which is like super complex and ambiguous and take multiple meanings. But there's directors like the guy in the Avatar movies and Terminator 2 and such. I can't remember his name right now, so apologies. But it's just like super simplistic, but he does it so well to such a like awesome degree. Like most of his movies do have a message, but again, they're so simplistic. But everything around that is like really well done. I think obviously I'm not comparing this to like a Terminator 2, but if you guys know what I'm saying, if it does the fundamentals well, I think it has the makings for a really strong show. And I think again, this is just getting better. So. Another really fun episode, seeing mostly from his point of view, Masugu. Again, I could be terrible with the names this whole show, so apologies about that. But from his point of view, seeing him plan this again, really relatable in a lot of the stuff. It's a massive shame he did have to give up the secret a little bit early. I mean, he kind of had to because, as we said throughout the episode, she must have been worrying quite a lot about what's going on. I very much would be if I was in that position. So a bit of a shame it got ruined. It's not really probably a bit of a too strong a word for it. But yeah, again, you can totally see where she's coming from. A 6-month anniversary, a little bit ridiculous, but it does definitely show that he does care a hell of a lot, doesn't it? But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 8.